warning for northeastern Oklahoma County. You folks in Luther, this is serious. You need to go to a safe spot. Interior closet or bathroom away from windows. Many walls between you and the outside of your home as possible. That's what you got to do right now in Luther. It is moving northeasterly at 35 to 40 miles per hour. It is located right now just to the west of the Hogback, right there on the Turner Turnpike, to the northeast of Arcadia and east of Arcadia is where it is right now. So it may go just on the northern side of Luther. It may go right through the Luther area, but that is a tornado warning in effect for you folks in Luther as it moves northeasterly at 35 to 40 miles per hour. Let's go to one of our trackers. Who do we have here on the Gentner? Let's talk about this. Let's go to Aaron Brackett. Aaron, what do you have?
Yeah, Mike, actually, I'm right near Luther. I'm getting ready to get off the turnpike on the Luther interchange. I've got a great view. We're having trouble showing it to you on our stream because it's literally behind us. I can see a lowering, Mike. I cannot see any broad rotation. And I cannot see any funnel cloud or anything in contact with the ground. I want to emphasize that. I can see most of the storm right now. We are showing you the front windshield view right now, but I am looking, Kevin Josephine is looking behind the vehicle. We are looking for any tornado. And Mike, right now we do not see anything. However, I did report to you about 5 minutes ago, right after we went through that hail core, that there was pretty good rising scud. There was energy being fed into the storm system. It is still healthy. It is still alive. And that could be part of what's going on right here. So we're getting off the turnpike right now. We're heading toward Luther. We're going to be right on top of this thing, Mike.
Okay, Aaron, I want to stay with you since you've got a visual. So you do see a lowering, but right now you do not see any tornadic activity. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right, Mike. Kevin Joseph is going to try to get this camera pointed out my window right now. So I'm going to roll down the back window here. We got a pretty good view. I hope you can see that right now. There's a valley right there, and you can see some of that rising scud trying to feed into the storm, Mike, but we don't see any broad, any organized, seriously organized rotation. Did have that rising scud a little bit ago. We do not see anything in contact with the ground, at least from our location. I'm at exit 146 right now, getting off. We're going to head toward Luther. We're going to head to the north, getting off the turnpike right now. So we're going to continue to follow this right now. You can hopefully see that we do have some darker skies out here. Are those the sirens, Kevin? I believe we hear the sirens going off right now in this area.
Hey, Aaron, if I can make a recommendation to you, if you get up on a hill right here on this exit, I would just stop where you are because that is backlit.
Okay, Mike, we're getting off right now. We're going to pull over and give you guys a good view right now.
Yeah, that's nicely backlit for you, and you're going to have a nice view of it. You can clearly see the wall cloud. As he sets his camera up, let's go over to Max 2. Again, this is a tornado warning, very close to Arcadia right now, heading up toward Luther. May go just to the north side of Luther. This is northeastern Oklahoma County. That storm has cleared all of Oklahoma City as far as the main metropolitan area. It is over Arcadia right now, heading on up toward Luther, right there on Route 66. Here's the hook right here, and it's been just to the south and just to the east of Arcadia, and that's where it is right now, located on Hiawassee and Route 66. That'd be on the eastern side of Arcadia. So it looks like it may very well go to the west or north of Luther, although it is simply too close to call. Luther, you are in the tornado warning. Let's go back to Aaron Brackett here and take a look at what Aaron, there's the wall cloud right there, very clearly visible, nicely backlit. You've got a nice view of that, Aaron. Give us an update.
Yeah, Mike, we got a perfect view of this right now here. You're pretty much seeing the entire storm. You see that wall cloud, you see that lowering, and you do see that scud underneath there. I'm looking real closely, and as far as rotation, from my vantage point, Mike, it's very hard to see. There likely is some sort of rotation with it. We do see those lowerings all along that wall cloud right there. Nicely backlit storm. Rising scud does continue to feed moisture into that storm. We can tell that, there is an updraft going into it right now as well. So you're getting that backlit view right now live. We are near Luther and the Luther interchange, rather, from the Turner Turnpike. We're up in an elevated surface, have a great view of the storm. Right now, Mike, I don't see anything in contact with the ground. Really don't see any organized funnel cloud right now either. However, there are a couple suspicious parts of the storm. You can see them right there as far as lowering, as far as scud feeding up into the storm. I can see a little bit of rotation now in the western side right there. There's a couple lowerings, one to the right, one to the left right there near that lamp post. And there is a little bit of broad rotation right there, Mike. We're watching that very carefully.
Okay, we're going to hang with your shot here. This to update you folks what's going on right now. There is a tornado warning in effect for northeastern Oklahoma County. It does not include any of Oklahoma City. proper, as far as the metro, doesn't include anybody in the Norman area or the Moore area. Nobody around Bethany, War Acres, or Edmond for that matter. However, far east Edmond is very close to the tornado warning area, as it is right near Arcadia currently, especially on the eastern and southeastern sides of Arcadia, traveling up toward Luther. This would be just very close to the Turner Turnpike, just to the north of the Turner Turnpike. And that picture you're looking at right there live is of the area of rotation that has the tornado warning associated with it. And you're looking northbound from the Turner Turnpike exit at Luther. That's where you are right now. Aaron Brackett is talking to a trooper, it looks like right there, so we'll get an update from the trooper as to what he has to say, but he has an excellent vantage point of the tornado-warned area right there, just on the eastern and southeastern and eastern sides of Arcadia, heading up toward Luther. The maximum rotation is on Route 66 between Arcadia and Luther right now. No tornado from what we can see from Aaron Brackett's vantage point. Aaron, what do you have? What can you tell us?
All right, Mike, I'm going to try to get a little bit better vantage point right here. I did just talk to that trooper, and they are out. They have their entire fleet out looking and observing and obviously tracking the storm along with us right now. I'm going to pull up right next to them because we've got a great vantage point. We can really see, Mike, the entire storm right here right now, and you're looking at some of those lowerings right there. Still, Mike, we haven't seen anything touch the ground. There's a lowering off to the left. There's one to the right near that tank. You can see that tank on your screen. So just beyond the tank right there, we are facing off to the north. Beyond that tank, that's a lowering. And then as you look off to the west of that storage tank right there, that fuel tank, that's another lowering right there, too. There is scud being sucked up into the storm. We continue to see that, Mike. The sirens have been intermittently sounding in our area. We are just off to the south of Luther right now. This backlit storm continues to move off toward the northeast at a pretty good clip. So likely I'm going to get back on the road here. We're going to get a little bit closer to it and continue to follow it, Mike. But I can report to you right now from our vantage point, no tornado, nothing touching the ground.
Okay, Aaron, appreciate that. Hang with us. We'll be right back with you momentarily, especially for the folks in the Luther area. You folks in Luther, the best thing to do is just go toward the center of your home. If we do have a tornado, it's likely going to be a weak tornado today. Stay away from windows, interior area of your home, interior closet or bathroom. That's where you want to be. You'll be perfectly safe there. If there is a tornado, it likely will be reasonably weak. This storm system is strong today, no doubt about it, but it's also December, and it isn't very warm outside. So we have some limiting factors and we have some strengthening factors, but the limiting factors are certainly enough of a player today that's going to keep the intensity of these potential tornadoes down. We had one earlier down near Apache, down in southwestern Oklahoma. That was about 1:30 in the afternoon. That's what came up over Oklahoma City and produced all the hail, and now it is this very same storm now on the eastern sides of Arcadia. Looks like it'll go just on the northwest and north side of Luther, but you are in the tornado warning officially. You folks in Luther, you are. So we're talking about Fallis and Dudley, very, very, very small towns up here to the north of Luther and northwest of Wellston. And it is heading directly for Kearney up here in Lincoln County. You folks in Lincoln County are under a tornado warning as well for this storm. Let's go back to Aaron Brackett. That is the only organized severe weather in the metro right now, and it's up there in the Luther area, far northeast metro. Aaron Brackett with a live update. Aaron?
All right, Mike, right now we are heading our way into the town of Luther. We're having a little bit of an issue here with trees and hills. However, we hope to get you a better vantage point. As of about 10 or 15 seconds ago when I got a look at the storm, could not see, once again, any funnel clouds or anything that would look like it's about to become in contact with the town. We do have, there still is a wall cloud out there, Mike. I can tell you that. We're going to try to get out of these trees right here and get you a better view pretty soon as we head our way into Luther inside of this tornado warning. Still good news, though. I did just get a look about 5 seconds ago. There is still a wall cloud there. There is no funnel cloud with it. There is no tornado on the ground. I was able to see that. So we're going to work our way toward Luther here and get you a better vantage point, Mike.
Okay, the tornado warning does continue. Funnel cloud activity appears to be verified in the Luther area right now. Weak activity for sure. Very definitely weak activity, but the tornado warning does continue up in the Luther area, northwest Luther in particular. Let's go back to Max 2. And take a look at Max 2, and you see the tornado warning there. Severe thunderstorm warnings now continue for Noble County, northwest of Stillwater. That storm is severe, talking about Morrison and Sooner Lake. And then back here in Oklahoma City, Heavy storms, but not severe. Now passing over and east of I-35, back down through Norman. Some small hail in the Norman area currently down in Cleveland County. Those storms are under severe levels down in Norman, but there is some small hail there. And then still a tornado warning now northwest of Luther. Weak funnel cloud activity. But again, any tornado that's produced will likely be quite weak. And that's going to be now passing from Oklahoma County into southeastern Logan County. And then from there up into Lincoln County up toward you folks in the Kearney area. Let's go back to Aaron Brackett with a live update. Aaron, what do you have?
All right, Mike, right now we're in the town of Luther. We're going through it here. I got another look about 20 seconds ago. Still a wall cloud there. It is still hanging low from the clouds. That cloud base extending a little bit lower than the rest. We're still going to try to get out of these trees right here and give you a look. Kevin, I think we can pan over to the left right here, and we can see through some of these trees as they are missing their leaves. Going to try to get you a look here at this cloud base. Once again, in the town of Luther right now, that tornado warning, we are tracking it. However, we have not seen really a funnel cloud. We have not seen anything in contact with the ground. However, there has been rising scud. That energy has been moving up into the cloud. That does indicate that it does have that strength still going on. And we do see that lowering, still that wall cloud lowering underneath the base of that cloud. We're going to try to get you a look right here. We're in pretty much the heart of Luther right now as we pull up to the stop sign and try to get you a better vantage point here. Did get a look about a minute ago, and as I reported, still no tornado, no active tornado happening right now with the storm. Still appears to be a little bit of a volatile situation, Mike. We're going to try to get to some higher ground for you.
Aaron, appreciate that. Let's go over to the South Doppler. Got an update for you folks in the Norman area. These storms are intensifying. They're right under severe levels. They're getting very close, though, to going severe, meaning hail sizes climbing past dime up toward nickel size, west of Noble, southwest of Norman. Very heavy rain, some small hail in Norman right now. Reed Timmer's down there live. Reed, what do you have?
Hey, Mike, we're Goldsby right now heading southward Washington to get in the path of the new circulation with that cell that's heading in from the southwest. We're punching through the core right now. Very heavy rain. Little hail, really small hail with this storm right now, but we just gained visual of the updraft base right now. It's got another very large updraft base, just like those other supercells that we chased earlier today. So with that earlier one producing a brief tornado, wouldn't be surprised if this one starts rotating as well.
Okay, Reed, so you're down in Goldsby right now. It looks like it is a hail producer for sure, and the hail sizes may be coming up quite a bit down by Cole and northwest of Washington up to just south of the Riverwind Casino. What do you think about that?
Yeah, we must be just east of that hail core then. I could look to the west. You can see those as the sun's setting. You can see the hail streaks to the west. So I bet we're going to get some bigger hail when that comes through. We're just about to come around the bend and see the south side of the storm. I do see a little lowering right now to the southwest. Not as organized, nearly as organized as that last cell, but it has rapidly intensified over the last few minutes, just as we were going through the core.
Okay, Reed, appreciate that. Let's go to the South Doppler, take a look at where the hail is for you folks down in Norman. And you see the purple here, more purple here. This is going to be larger and larger hail sizes here. I'd say passing dime, going to nickel. This could be a severe thunderstorm right about now. The way it's been going, hail sizes are coming up. So here's Norman and Imhoff Road here. There's the river. Here's I-35 right here down to Purcell. So we're talking about Cole and Washington. And there is an area of enhanced inflow down here west of Washington. So a little bit of a hookish looking signature there forming. So I would say hail sizes now are probably passing nickel right now. Let's go back to Reed Timmer with an update on this storm. Reed, it is definitely intensifying. What do you think?
Yeah, Mike, it's definitely intensifying. It has supercellular characteristics. I can see that rear flank downdraft cut, so it is rotating. It has a mesocyclone. We are starting to get some small hail right now. We're just on the northeast side of that heavy hail core. We just got off I-35. We're just north of Washington right now, so lots of lightning. The lightning frequency is increasing. I don't see any low wall clouds with this storm, though. It's relatively high base compared to the last one, but the wall clouds formed extremely fast for that last storm, too, and the scud or the cloud matter that wasn't attached, that was rising to that cloud base, already started rotating before it even became a wall cloud. So it's not surprising how they're producing brief tornadoes.
Okay, Reed, so you're right there looking at the updraft on that particular storm, a little bit higher based, but definitely intensifying. So that's going to be traveling up into much of South Norman on over toward Purcell and Noble, especially Noble and northwest Purcell. It's in the Washington area right now. Let's go over to the South Doppler here, take a closer look at it. This may be the most intense storm that we have right now anywhere in central Oklahoma, as it is intensifying. And the Weather Service is about to issue a warning on this one. Just to the west and northwest of Washington, hail size is coming up, and there is a little bit of weak rotation with it. There is a mesocyclone with it. That's stronger updrafts, larger size hailstones being driven by winds, also damaging winds, straight line winds, which could be climbing as well. So this will be heading into much of central and south Norman, on down into Noble, as far south as Purcell or North Purcell, but mainly Norman and Noble as it moves rapidly to the northeast. Now, let's go to the North Doppler, take a look at the tornado-warned storm right now, and it appears to be weakening. However, there is still significant rotation in southeastern Logan County. That's going to be out way out here by Luther Road, down in southeastern sections of Logan County, heading on up toward Kearney. Do we still have Aaron Brackett here on this storm? Control room on the Gentner? Okay. Let's go ahead and take our stream here. We have a nice stream we can show you. I think we'll tell you what, we'll go to the storm tracker now live. Let's look at the storm tracker and update you on this. So we're talking about Kearney on up toward Cushing and Drumright, but the warning is for Lincoln County, southeastern Logan County, and it's just now clearing Oklahoma County. That tornado warned area just now clearing or moving out of Oklahoma County. So we're talking about southeastern Logan County and northwestern Lincoln County, and there's your time of arrival there. Kearney at 5:39, and then Cushing by 6:07. That'd be in about 40 minutes from right now in the Cushing area. So that'd be after dark up in Cushing, and then Drumright at 6:18 and Yale by 6:19. Yale at 6:19 as it moves rapidly to the northeast. Let's go back to the South Doppler. Take a look at this intensifying severe storm now coming up on Norman. Reed Timmer's there live. Reed, what do you have?
Hey, Mike, we're just a couple miles north of Washington, looking back at that circulation that's closing in on the town of Washington right now. It's got to be probably arriving any minute, and it has gotten lower. The base is definitely getting lower. It is developing a broad wall cloud. The tornado is not imminent right now. I can't see any tight rotation, but it does have a very large base, supercell storm. You can definitely tell these powerful supercells because they have that frequent, powerful lightning and a very large base. So we're going to keep an eye on this thing, and I wouldn't be surprised if the wall cloud rapidly forms here in the next few minutes.
Okay, Reed, let's go ahead and stay with your shot here. We're talking about folks down in Norman on down to the Noble area. That storm is now going severe and is severe for you folks in Cleveland County, in Norman, also eastern McLean County as well. And it may be even potentially more intense than the one that has the tornado warning on it up in southeastern Logan County, as it appears to be strengthening quite rapidly for you folks down in the South Metro. Reed Timmer is on that right now and looking at it very carefully. Now, the tornado warning up north does continue, and let's go to the storm tracker here, give you an overview. And these supercells will take a while to spin down. You see it right here, just exiting the top part of your screen. It's just the circulation just left Oklahoma County completely, and now it's tucked in the very southeastern corner of Logan County up into Lincoln County, and still has a tornado warning on it. There's still a small area of circulation there, but the earlier funnel cloud that was with it northwest of Luther has fallen apart. Had a funnel cloud with it, no touchdown with it, and it has fallen apart, but still a tornado warning for a little while longer. Meanwhile, basically a break in Oklahoma County. There's one thunder shower, not severe, just east of the zoo, very close to Jones, and just east of Forest Park and Lake Aluma. Not severe. That's this one right here. And then we have this one coming up down here in the Norman area. Let's go back up to this. Aaron Tuttle, then we'll check with Reed Timmer on this one. Aaron, what do you have?
Hey, Mike, this is Aaron. We're still north of Luther right now. We're near Sorghum Mill Road and Luther heading off to the east. Still see a little bit of a lowering, Mike, but it's kind of getting away from us. A little bit of a lowering still, not flying earlier, so that's some good news. A little bit of rise here. but we're going to try to get out to a clearing, Mike, and get a better view of the storm. We're going to stay on top of it.
Okay, it is. That storm is gradually getting smaller in size, still spinning for sure. Still the tornado warning officially. Small area of circulation now, southeastern Logan County. That is heading for Kearney. So you folks in Kearney, you are under a tornado warning. Went north of Luther, and then is heading up toward Agra and Cushing. Pretty much red line, center line for Cushing, and Cushing would be at 6:07. For you folks up there in Payne County. Payne County is not under a tornado warning. It is just northwestern Lincoln County and the southeastern corner of Logan County, down southeast of Meridian a fair ways. But you folks in Kearney in particular, stay alert as this storm moves up your way. It is shrinking, getting smaller. It may be continuing to weaken, but it still does have a tornado warning on it. Let's go back down south to Reed Timmer and Dominator 4 down in the Washington-Goldsby area with an update on the South Metro storm. Reed?
Hey, Mike, it sure looks visually like the opposite's happening with this storm, and it's getting a lot stronger and bigger. Lightning frequency continues to go up. We did have a wall cloud that formed briefly ahead of this rain to our southwest, but it looks like it's reforming now to the east. It's closing in on I-35. I'd say this circulation is probably about a half a mile west of I-35. Looks like it'll pass just north of the town of Washington. And this one's different than the last one. It's very rain-wrapped circulation, as you can see on the stream. It was low precipitation as we were approaching. We went through the core and a rain-free base, but now the rain is definitely filled in this circulation. So we have to go in and punch inside this rain with Dominator 4 and get a better look.
Okay, Reed, so you say it is intensifying. Tell us your exact location right now. What do you have?
Our exact location is about 2 miles north of Washington, 1.5 miles. So I can see the town lights. Looks like Washington's about to get hit by some pretty strong straight line winds, though. They'll be on the south side of the circulation. They're going to get those westerly rear flank downdraft winds that we hear so much about. But it's not going to be tornadic probably in the city of, or the town of Washington, but those winds can still be damaging. I can actually see those rain curtains marching towards the town right now, and that's where those big winds are going to happen. But right now that wall cloud has dissipated. It looks like there's a new one forming up right over I-35, but it's not rotating right now.
Okay, good call on that, but certainly intensifying for you folks down in the Norman area, in particular on down toward Noble and central and south Norman is where the bigger hailstones are located right now. So we're going to keep very close track of that. Let's go to Max 2 here, and as Max 2 becomes available here, we can show you the overview here. Now, what we have going on is the storms have cleared all of western Oklahoma. And for the most part, the storms have even cleared up to about I-35, at least from the metro north. They have cleared everybody pretty much west of I-35. Heavy storms now up in Noble County and all the way down to the Perkins area. This is the area that has rotation with it. Still significant rotation. There's still a tornado warning near the very small town of Shiloh. Shiloh is almost on the Lincoln Noble County line, and it'll be heading toward Kearney and Dudley and Tryon, and there is still some fairly tight rotation with it. The funnel cloud earlier, though, that was with it near Luther has dissipated, and Aaron Brackett only has a lowering right now on that particular storm up there, just now coming into Lincoln County. Then we have a less intense activity down in Arcadia, not much more than just garden variety rain, back down to around Spencer, Forest Park, Lake Aluma, and those are not severe over in the eastern half of Oklahoma County, a little ways to the northwest of Choctaw, north of Nakoma Park, small area there of heavy downpours of rain. Could be some very, very small P's, but not a big problem there. And then we have the activity down in Norman, very heavy rain in Norman right now. I-35 certainly a problem as well, with blinding rain going on all around Norman, all the way back down to the west side of Norman on I-35. And also some hailstones there, nickels, dimes, and quarters. This storm is severe. A warning in effect for Norman and Cleveland County. You see the motion there during the past 15 minutes. And Reed is back down here by Goldsby on the southern end of the line. Reed, give us an update on that part of the storm there. The biggest hailstones appear to be on the north side of Goldsby right now.
Mike, we are absolutely getting hammered right now by extremely strong damaging winds. I've had them gusted 80-plus miles an hour. I was rocking the vehicle back and forth, and I could see rain curtains off to my west just ripping from south to north. So I don't know if that was a weak rain-wrapped tornado or what, but there were really intense winds. They shifted from west to south to back again, but no confirmed tornado, but very strong damaging winds on the north side of Washington here.
Okay, let's talk more about that damaging wind, Reed. How strong do you say the wind is right now?
Right now it's died down. It's almost calm. but it gusted up to 80 miles an hour. I mean, at least 80 miles an hour, probably stronger than that. Being conservative with that. And lasted a few seconds. You could see the rain curtain spinning all around, and I think those rear flank downdraft winds, but it felt extremely strong, very strong winds in that storm, and it's just moved off to the east, probably impacting I-35 right now.
Okay, I want to hang with you on this storm here, Reed. Is an area of localized damaging winds down to lighter winds. Certainly some wind shear being developed by that. And I see these damaging winds. They appear to be crossing I-35 right now, heading right into Noble. So, I mean, we're talking about less than a mile west of Noble right now. Those are the highest velocity winds, and they do appear to be up there. As Reed said, he's estimating 80, and I'm measuring right up there in the 65 to 70, just between I-35 and the river on the western sides of Noble. So, Reed, can you confirm that?
Yeah, Mike, I'm looking east right now from the north side of Washington, and it looks really bad right over I-35 right now. You can see the backside of the middle cyclone. I'm looking straight up, and it almost looks like a UFO mothership aircraft or something moving off to the east. But this thing is definitely rotating, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was a weak rain-wrapped tornado inside there. But regardless, if it was straight line wind, they're extremely strong, and if you drive into those on I-35, you're gonna have big problems. So if you're heading south towards Goldsley, south of Norman, I'd pull over and wait this thing out because it'll cross I-35 here pretty soon.
Okay, you folks in Noble, you need to go ahead and get away from windows and go toward the middle of your home. And you need to do that right now because it is an area of localized wind shear that appears to be tightening up. And, you're listening to Reed talk about, the possibility of getting tornado genesis right now, potentially in that damaging wind that just went right through him at 80 miles an hour. Let me show you. Let's go to the South Doppler here. Reed, stay with us. Stay with us, Reed. Right here. Here's Noble. There's Noble right here. There are the city streets in Noble. Here is Lloyd Noble Center in South Norman, right here. It's this area right here of localized wind that appears to be shifting and quite strong in several different directions. So there could be potentially, not verified by a tornado warning, but potentially there could be some type of weak rain-wrapped type tornado situation. Weak tornadoes still will blow out windows. Damaging straight line winds will blow out windows. So you folks in Noble and up 77 into South Norman need to go ahead and go toward the middle of your home. Stay away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside of your home as possible. Just let it blow through. It's going to go through very, very quickly, but you certainly want to stay away from windows in the Noble area up into South and Southeast Norman. South and Southeast Norman, Highway 9, over to Little Axe, South Lake Thunderbird, down to Noble. Looks like it's on the northwest side of Noble right now. Let's go back to Reed Timmer with his live stream with an update. Reed?
Hey, Mike, we're right in the west side of I-35 looking east. And this thing is really rotating. You can see the backside of the mesocyclone. It's a very compact mesocyclone. You can see all the rain. So it's a very rain-wrapped circulation. So I can't see in there to see if there's a confirmed tornado. But we experienced major wind gusts right near I-35 on the north side of Washington. And, I felt a lot of very strong wind to the dominator. And those winds were definitely rocking us. So they're probably well in excess of 80 miles an hour. And this thing is still going with a full head of steam, probably east of I-35 now, but still probably some really strong winds just south of Norman on I-35 on the backside of this thing.
Okay, Reed, very good. Stay with us on that. Reed is tracking this severe storm, quite severe. Reed's estimating 80-mile-an-hour straight-line winds, and there's at least quarter-size hail with it right now. Let's go over to Max 2. We'll go over to Max 2, kind of give you an overview here. Heavy thunderstorms up north, talking about Pawnee County, eastern Noble County. This one still has a tornado warning with it, and it's going to be now in northwestern Lincoln County, but the tornado warning may be allowed to expire. We will see because it is moving out of the tornado warned area, and the circulation continues to weaken after producing a funnel cloud earlier near Luther. So that's heading up toward Tryon and eventually Cushing for you folks up in Payne County. And then we have more garden variety, but slowly intensifying storms near Arcadia. That has some small hail, some peas now with it, maybe even a few small dimes. And that's heading up the Turner Turnpike, heading into Luther. Not severe, but it is intensifying. You see the motion there northeasterly about 40 miles an hour. And then we have this area of severe storms in Cleveland County running from Draper Lake Draper Lake back down to Norman. A lot of hail in Norman, a lot of smaller hail, but also some medium-sized hail as well, nickels and dimes. And there's going to be some quarters embedded in there as well. And there's some white, so it wouldn't be impossible to get a couple of golf balls. Now, what I want to show you here is look at the hook. See the hook there? That's exactly what Reed's talking about. Look at the hook in relation to Noble. Now, that's a mile southwest of Noble, moving at close to 60 miles an hour. That arrives in Noble in 60 seconds from right now, meaning what you need to do is be absolutely away from windows in Noble. You want to be toward the middle of your home, as many walls between you and the